It's time for some NFL picks for Week 15. More precisely, I'm going to unveil 3 of my favorite bets for the upcoming weekend. I'm Professor MJ, holder of a Ph.D. in statistics and bookie crusher since 1999. Last week's free plays did poorly, but the good news is the LOBSTER bet delivered. The highest confidence play of the week was Seattle against the spread, who defeated Arizona by a 12-point margin, despite being underdogs in this game. Great job by the Seahawks! We had a total of exactly 50 people investing in the LOBSTER bet last week. We have another one this week, and I am offering it at the exact same conditions. $25 with a money-back guarantee if the pick loses. Follow the link below to gain exclusive access to this high-confidence betting tip for Week 15. Let's start strong by discussing the best game of the week. Buffalo in Detroit. What a game between a couple of powerhouses. My final decision regarding this potential Super Bowl matchup is as follows. I am taking the Lions minus 2.5 points. First of all, we have a big edge going to Detroit in terms of the rest factor. Indeed, they benefit from 3 extra days of rest after playing last Thursday, while the Bills had to travel across the country to face the Rams. That's a big difference. Following the same topic, it's worth mentioning that the Lions will be at home for the 4th time in 5 weeks. Last week's loss to the Rams might have exposed the Bills' defense. They gave up 44 points, 457 total yards, and the Rams converted 11 of their 15 third down attempts. Those are abysmal numbers for Buffalo. The Bills have played 4 games on the road against teams with a winning record. In those contests, they have obtained a 1-3 record while surrendering an average of 28 points. Ouch! Over the whole season, Buffalo has allowed the 7th highest yards per carry average. That's bad news when you are about to face Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I do have some concerns, which explains why this pick occupies spot number 9 in my list of best bets of the week. Detroit's last 2 wins were more difficult to obtain. In both cases, they got the W by a margin of exactly 3 points. Also, the Lions' defense is quite banged up, which is never good when you are about to face Josh Allen and company. Still, Detroit has the best point differential in the league by a wide margin. They will be at home while being well rested. For these reasons, I've got to side with the Lions laying 2.5 points against Buffalo. My 7th best bet for Week 15 in the NFL is the Tampa Bay Bucks plus 3 points in Los Angeles against the Chargers. After losing 4 in a row, Tampa is back on track with 3 wins in a row, while gaining first place in the weak NFC South Division. They need this win more than LA does, as the Chargers now have no chance of catching the Chiefs atop their division. They remain in a good position to hold one of the wildcard berths though. During their 3-game winning streak, the Bucks have averaged 439 total yards. Sure, those wins occurred against weaker opposition, but they still got the job done. Now, can Baker Mayfield keep playing at a high level against a fiercer defense? I think he can. LA's defense is fading a little bit. During their first 9 games, they allowed an average of 302 total yards. Now that number grew to 372 during the course of their 4 most recent matches. The Chargers have faced a couple of good offenses in recent times. The Ravens and also the Bengals. In those contests, they squandered 30 and 27 points. Tampa qualifies as a good offense as well, so they could have some success on Sunday afternoon. On offense, the Chargers are missing J.K. Dobbins' explosiveness. His replacement, Gus Edwards, is more of a power back, but he is unlikely to break a long run. Also, the status of their best wideout, rookie Ladd McConkey, remains unknown. Will he miss a second straight game? If he suits up, will he be in good shape? So ultimately, I have decided to grab the Bucs with the extra 3 points at SoFi Stadium. Here comes my third best NFL bet for Week 15. I am going with the Commanders minus 7 points in New Orleans. Washington surprised the NFL world by getting off to an astounding 7-2 start. Then they went through a rough 3-game slide. However, they stormed back with an impressive 42-19 victory over the Titans last weekend. In that game, the Commanders took a 28-0 lead in the early second quarter, which was stunning. Washington seems back on track. They have good momentum. Meanwhile, the Saints must be deflated after losing Derek Carr to a left-hand injury that's likely to sideline him for the rest of the year. Jake Haener will be under center for the Saints. The former 4th-round pick out of Fresno State has not had good success in the NFL so far. In limited time, he has completed just 48% of his passes. With the team's best wide receiver still out of the lineup, Chris Olave, I'd like to wish the young signal caller good luck. Even when Carr was the starting QB, the offense was struggling. Indeed, they have scored exactly 14 points in each of their past 2 games against a couple of ordinary defenses. The Commanders' players will be much fresher. They are coming off their bye week and actually spent the past 3 weeks at home. Finally, the icing on the cake is the fact that road favorites coming out their bye week have performed very well over many years. I think the trend continues as Washington dismantles the Saints at the Caesars Superdome. Are you ready to rock the bookies with this week's Lobster Bet? Yes, we do have another high confidence play for a reasonable $25 investment that comes with a money back guarantee if the pick loses. Get in the action and let's go for another winner following Seattle's wager last week. Follow the link below so that you and several other savvy sports investors boost their bankrolls. I'm Professor MJ. Thanks for watching this NFL video.